Have you ever stopped to think about the small, seemingly ordinary coins jangling around in your pocket? What if I told you that one of those nickels could be worth not just a few bucks, but hundreds of thousands of dollars? That's right, one simple coin could completely change your fortune. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 2003 US nickel. Is it possible that the change in your pocket holds a rare treasure? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot a nickel that collectors are willing to pay a fortune for. So, grab your coins and get ready, because this could be the most exciting dive into pocket change you've ever had. The 2003 nickel might look like just another ordinary coin. Its obverse features the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, a design that many of us have seen thousands of times. And the reverse? The elegant image of Monticello, Jefferson's historic home, which has graced nickels for decades. But here's the kicker: 2003 was the final year for this design before a major redesign in 2004. Coins from transitional years often become more sought after by collectors. The 2003 nickel was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, and while millions of these coins were produced, not all of them are created equal. Let's start with the basics. The 2003 nickel might seem common, but there are hidden gems among them. In Philadelphia, nearly 370 million nickels were minted. In Denver, just over 360 million. While these numbers seem enormous, there's a twist. Among these millions are rare variants and errors that set them apart, making them highly desirable for collectors. But what exactly makes a 2003 nickel worth more than 5 cents? This is where it gets exciting. Minting errors. These tiny mistakes during the production process can make a nickel incredibly valuable. Some errors are subtle, like slight misalignments in the dies, while others are strikingly obvious: double strikes, off-center strikes, and even planchet errors where the metal isn't properly aligned. Let me ask you this: have you ever looked closely at a nickel and thought something looked just a little off? These errors can happen for various reasons, and when they do, collectors go wild. Imagine owning a coin where the letters are doubled, or the image seems to have a shadow effect. These double-die nickels are highly coveted. Even small misprints can skyrocket a nickel's value from pocket change to hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars. But here's the real cliffhanger: there's one type of error coin from 2003 that is so rare, it has become the holy grail for collectors. What is it? It's the elusive double-die variety. These rare coins feature an unmistakable doubling effect on letters, numbers, or design elements. Finding one is like striking gold. Now, let's talk about some real-world examples. In recent years, a handful of 2003 nickels with minting errors have fetched incredible sums at auction. A particularly stunning double-die specimen, graded at near-perfect condition, sold for thousands of dollars. These coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, and anything above an MS-65 is considered exceptional. Coins in mint condition or with significant errors can command jaw-dropping prices. So, how can you spot a double-die error? It's all in the details. You'll want to carefully inspect the lettering, numbers, and design features under magnification. Look for any signs of doubling, whether it's a shadow effect on the words Monticello or United States of America, or even a slight repeat of Jefferson's profile. But here's where things get even more interesting. Even if your 2003 nickel isn't an error coin, it might still be worth a surprising amount. How is that possible? The secret lies in its condition. Regular 2003 nickels in pristine, uncirculated condition can fetch a premium in the collector's market. Imagine owning a coin that has been preserved so perfectly it looks like it just rolled off the minting press. Collectors prize these high-grade specimens, and the difference between a coin graded MS-63 and one graded MS-65 can be hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And if you're lucky enough to have an MS-67 or higher, you're in a whole new league of value. So, how do you ensure your nickels stay in top condition? It's all about proper preservation. Avoid handling coins with bare hands. Use gloves to prevent oils from tarnishing the surface. Store them in coin sleeves or airtight containers to protect against scratches and environmental damage. A little care can go a long way in preserving your treasure. Now, if you're wondering how to find these valuable nickels, there are a few strategies you can try. Start with the loose change in your pocket or coin jar. Yes, it's that simple. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight. Next, consider visiting your local bank to request coin rolls. Searching through rolls can be time-consuming but incredibly rewarding if you hit the jackpot. For those who want to take it a step further, attend coin shows or auctions. These are great places to learn from seasoned collectors and even purchase nickels that catch your eye. And if you're lucky enough to discover a rare 2003 nickel, selling it can be an adventure in itself. Online platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, or even specialized coin dealers can help you connect with buyers eager to add to their collections. Now, before we wrap up, let's recap. The 2003 US nickel might look like an ordinary coin, but it holds extraordinary potential. From minting errors like double-die varieties to high-grade specimens in pristine condition, these nickels can be worth far more than their face value. And the best part? They're out there, waiting to be discovered. So, the next time you come across a nickel, don't just toss it into your change jar. Take a closer look, you might be holding a treasure in your hands. If you've learned something new today or if you've ever come across a rare coin, let me know in the comments below. And hey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. Together, we'll uncover more amazing stories about coins, collectibles, and the hidden treasures hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Have you ever wondered if the nickels sitting in your pocket could be worth more than just 5 cents? Imagine for a moment that you're holding a coin that could be worth hundreds, even thousands, or perhaps tens of thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1988 US nickel could be worth more than a simple, everyday coin, if you know what to look for. Stick with me, because in this video, we're about to dive deep into the incredible story of the 1988 nickel and reveal how you can potentially find one of these rare treasures sitting in your spare change. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for on your 1988 nickels, and believe me, you won't want to miss this. So, whether you're a coin enthusiast or just someone who wants to learn how to spot hidden gems, make sure you stick around to the very end. Trust me, you might just have a goldmine in your pocket right now. Let's start with the basics. The 1988 US nickel might look like a regular coin to most people, but this piece of currency has a deeper story. The coin features the iconic portrait of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, with his famous home, Monticello, gracing the reverse. This design has been a staple of US coins since 1938. But the 1988 nickel stands out for a variety of reasons, and understanding the context of this coin can help you spot the hidden potential within it. The 1988 nickel was minted in 2 locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The mint marks are key here, those small letters, P or D, that you'll find on the reverse of the coin. The mint mark lets you know where the coin was made, and while it might not seem like a big deal, this detail could matter when you're looking at the value of your nickel. In total, over 1.2 billion 1988 nickels were produced across these 2 mints, making it a common coin at first glance. But not all 1988 nickels are created equal. There are some that stand out, and if you're lucky enough to find one, you could be holding a coin worth much more than 5 cents. But here's where the story gets interesting. It's not just the year or mint mark that makes the 1988 nickel special, it's the hidden errors that give some of these coins an incredible value. Minting errors are a fascinating aspect of coin collecting, and the 1988 nickel has its share of them. These errors occur during the manufacturing process and result in coins that are different from the intended design. The most sought-after errors are those that are rare, dramatic, and easily identifiable. Let's take a look at a few of these hidden gems. Point 1. Of the most valuable errors in the 1988 nickel series is the double die error. This occurs when the coin's design is struck twice, and the result is a visible doubling of the lettering or design elements. When you look closely at a nickel with this error, you'll notice the letters, such as Liberty, appear doubled. It might seem subtle at first, but if you know what you're looking for, this doubling can be quite dramatic. You'll often see it in Jefferson's nose or around the inscriptions on the coin. Coins with double die errors are highly collectible, and if you find one, you could be looking at a value that's far greater than the original 5 cents. But the double die error isn't the only mistake that can increase the value of a 1988 nickel. Another notable error is the off-center strike. When a coin is improperly aligned during the minting process, it can cause part of the design to be off-center. These errors create coins that appear as though they were struck at an angle, with part of the image missing from one side. Off-center coins are considered rare, and their unusual appearance makes them highly prized by collectors. Finding a 1988 nickel with an off-center strike could be your ticket to a significant payday. There are also other types of errors to look for, such as die cracks and cuts. A die crack is a small crack in the die, which is the metal mold used to strike the coin. These cracks can create fine lines or marks that run through Jefferson's face or across Monticello. While these marks may seem like imperfections to some, they're actually rare and valuable to collectors who appreciate the uniqueness they add to a coin. Cuts are another form of die-related error, where a piece of metal is raised, creating a bulging effect on the coin. This flaw gives the coin a distinct look, making it an interesting piece for any collection, and the auction results for error nickels are staggering. For example, a 1988 nickel with a double die error can fetch hundreds of dollars, and in some cases, even more. Some rare error coins have been known to sell for thousands, depending on the severity of the error and the condition of the coin. So, if you're lucky enough to find a 1988 nickel with one of these rare minting mistakes, you could be holding on to a valuable piece of history. But wait, there's one more error that could make your 1988 nickel worth a fortune. This error is subtle, and it's one that you might not even notice at first. In fact, it's so rare that it has sparked a mystery among coin collectors. The reverse of 1988 variety is one of the most coveted and valuable versions of this coin. But what exactly makes it so special? This rare die variety features details on the reverse of the coin that are reminiscent of older nickel designs. The reverse of the 1988 nickel, which normally depicts Monticello, shows subtle differences in the details, like the way the columns and roof are represented. This variation occurred due to die reuse or errors at the mint. When older dies were used again in 1988, they left behind these unique design features. But how do you spot this variety? Look closely at the reverse, especially the details of Monticello's architecture. If you see any differences in the columns, the roof, or the overall design, you could be holding on to a rare and valuable piece of history. Collectors have been known to pay big money for this reverse of 1988 variety, and it's not uncommon for these coins to sell for thousands of dollars at auction. Some have even gone for much more, depending on their condition. So, if you're out there hunting for valuable coins, this particular error is definitely one to keep an eye out for. Now that you know about these rare and valuable errors, you might be wondering how the condition of the coin affects its value. The condition of your 1988 nickel plays a huge role in how much it's worth. Coin grading is the process of evaluating a coin's condition, and it's one of the most important factors in determining its value. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. Coins with a grade of MS65 or higher are considered in mint state and can be worth significantly more than lower grade coins. So, how do you know if your 1988 nickel is in mint condition? Well, it's all about examining the coin closely. Look for any signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. A coin that is free from these flaws and shows sharp, clear details is more likely to be graded highly. If your coin is in great shape, it could fetch a premium price at auction or from collectors. But remember, taking care of your coins is key. Keep them in protective cases to prevent damage and preserve their value. If you're lucky enough to find a rare, valuable 1988 nickel, you'll want to know the best places to sell it. Coin collectors and dealers are always on the lookout for valuable coins, and there are several platforms where you can sell your 1988 nickels. Online auction sites like eBay are popular, and you can also sell to professional auction houses or coin shops. Just make sure you do your research before you sell. There are plenty of scams out there, so you'll want to make sure you're dealing with reputable buyers. And speaking of scams, let me give you a word of caution. When buying or selling rare coins, always be aware of potential fraud. Make sure you're dealing with trusted sellers, and avoid any offers that seem too good to be true. If someone is offering you thousands of dollars for your coin without properly evaluating its value, be skeptical. Protect yourself and your collection. So, the next time you come across a 1988 nickel, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. You could be holding onto a coin that's worth far more than just 5 cents. Whether you're searching through pocket change, coin rolls, or your collection, always keep an eye out for those rare minting errors or special varieties. Who knows? That unassuming nickel could be your ticket to a small fortune. If you found this video helpful and you're excited to start hunting for valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest coin hunting tips. And in the comments below, let me know if you've ever found a rare coin in your change. Who knows, maybe you've got a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting. Have you ever looked at a nickel in your pocket and thought, is it worth more than 5 cents? What if I told you that a 2015 US nickel could actually be worth a lot more than face value? Stick around, because what you're about to learn could change the way you look at your pocket change forever. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for when checking your 2015 nickels, and trust me, you won't want to miss out on the potential hidden treasures these coins may hold. Let's start with the basics, the 2015 US nickel. Now, at first glance, this coin may look just like any other, with President Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the obverse side and the iconic Monticello building on the reverse side. But there's much more to this coin than meets the eye. In 2015, the US Mint issued a regular production of the Jefferson nickel, with the same basic design that has been in circulation since 1938. While the overall design didn't change, there are a few features that make the 2015 version special. It was minted at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, so you'll see either a P or a D mint mark under Jefferson's portrait. This is important because the location affects the coin's rarity and potential value. Unlike older versions of the nickel, the 2015 coins didn't have the same dramatic mint errors or variations that collectors dream of. But that doesn't mean they don't have value. For example, in 2015, nearly 1.5 billion nickels were minted across both locations. Yet, even with such a large number, some 2015 nickels have the potential to be worth much more than their face value. So, what makes the 2015 US nickel different? Well, in terms of design, there was one notable change: the introduction of a new mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. The reverse of the 2015 nickel featured a new, detailed version of Monticello, with more intricate details on the building itself, the windows, and the roof. While this design was a subtle update, it didn't go unnoticed by collectors. Some individuals see this as a higher quality version of the Monticello building, and as time goes on, these subtle changes might increase their rarity. But what about errors? Could there be anything in the 2015 nickels that make them stand out to collectors in the future? Well, that's where the hunt begins. Let's dive into the world of error coins. As with any year of US Mint production, certain mistakes can lead to a coin being worth far more than just its face value. And the 2015 nickel is no exception. One of the most common errors collectors keep an eye out for is the off-center strike. An off-center strike happens when the coin is not properly aligned in the press, causing the design to be misaligned and creating an irregular, off-center appearance. These kinds of mistakes can happen during production, and while they are rare, they are incredibly valuable when found. Imagine finding a 2015 nickel that's been struck off-center. This would instantly make it a highly sought-after collector's piece. These off-center coins can fetch hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on the degree of misalignment. But that's not all. Another error that can occasionally occur in the 2015 nickel production is the double die error, one of the most coveted mistakes in coin collecting. A double die error occurs when the coin's design is struck twice, causing a doubling effect. The lettering, such as Liberty or In God We Trust, may appear thicker or doubled, making the coin stand out. Finding a double die error on a 2015 nickel isn't something that happens every day, but if you stumble upon one, it could turn out to be a goldmine. Now, here's a fun fact that most collectors overlook. While the 2015 nickel doesn't have a lot of major minting errors compared to other years, the sheer volume of nickels minted means there are still plenty of opportunities to find rarities that slip under the radar. And this is where many collectors make their fortune, finding those hidden gems that most people ignore. Alright, let's talk about the condition of your 2015 nickel. Whether or not your coin is worth more than 5 cents all comes down to the grade. Coin grading is an essential part of determining a coin's value. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin can be. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with a perfect coin earning a grade of 70. A 2015 nickel that is graded in mint state, say MS65 or higher, can fetch much more than face value. Coins that are in perfect, uncirculated condition are worth a lot more, especially if they are free of scratches or wear. On the other hand, if your 2015 nickel shows signs of wear or tarnish, it will likely be worth less. However, if your coin is graded high, say, MS67 or higher, you might just have a rare collector's item on your hands. Proper care is critical if you want your coins to retain or increase in value. Store them in protective cases, avoid touching them with your bare hands, and keep them in a cool, dry place. The condition of your coin could determine whether you make a profit when selling it. So, where can you find 2015 nickels that are worth more than face value? Here's where the real treasure hunt begins. While you could come across a valuable 2015 nickel by simply checking your pocket change, there are other ways to boost your chances of finding rare coins. One of the best places to search for rare 2015 nickels is in coin rolls. You can buy rolls of coins from your local bank, and with a little patience, you might discover an off-center or double die error. These coins are typically worth far more than just 5 cents, so take the time to go through the rolls, one by one. Online auctions are another great way to find rare 2015 nickels. eBay is a goldmine for coin collectors, and if you're looking to buy or sell, this platform can help you get top dollar for your rare find. However, always be cautious and make sure you're dealing with reputable sellers to avoid scams. And of course, coin shops and collectors' conventions are another option. But, just like selling your coins, be sure you know the value of what you're holding before walking into a shop. Some dealers might try to lowball you if you don't know the value of your coin. So, the next time you pull a 2015 nickel from your pocket or get some change back at the store, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment to examine it. Who knows? You might be holding onto a coin that's worth far more than 5 cents. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep learning about rare coins, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a coin hunting tip. Let me know in the comments if you found a rare coin in your change. You could be sitting on a hidden gem. Thanks for watching, and remember, there's a whole world of valuable coins waiting to be discovered. Happy hunting! What if I told you that the ordinary-looking 1993 US nickel sitting in your pocket could be worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions, of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. Some 1993 nickels are so rare and valuable that they've become the centerpiece of high-profile auctions and coin collections worldwide. These tiny treasures might look just like any other nickel, but hidden within their simple design are details and errors that can make all the difference. Could you be holding one of these treasures? Let's find out. Before we dive into the secrets of the 1993 nickel, let's take a closer look at its design. At first glance, it might not seem special. On the obverse, you'll see the familiar profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. The reverse features Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia estate. But here's the thing, while billions of these coins were minted in 1993, not all nickels are created equal. Depending on where they were minted, these coins can have slight differences that might dramatically increase their value. Coins minted in Philadelphia bear no mint mark, while those minted in Denver have a small d under the date. These subtle distinctions can play a huge role in determining their rarity. With over 1 billion nickels produced in 1993, you'd think these coins are too common to hold any real value, right? Wrong. What makes some of these nickels so valuable is a combination of factors, including rare minting errors and pristine conditions. And as we're about to reveal, it's these unique features that have turned ordinary coins into extraordinary finds. Let's talk about errors and varieties, the real game changers in the world of coin collecting. Imagine finding a 1993 nickel with a double die error. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, creating a doubled image on the coin's surface. You might notice doubling in the lettering, such as in the words Liberty or Monticello, or even in the numbers of the date. These errors are subtle but unmistakable under magnification and can make a nickel worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Then, there are off-center strikes. These are coins that were struck incorrectly, leaving part of the design off the edge of the coin. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes. Collectors love these quirky imperfections, as they represent rare mishaps in the minting process. A 1993 nickel with a significant off-center strike could fetch a substantial sum at auction. Don't forget about die cracks and cuts, features that occur when the dies used to mint the coins become damaged. These imperfections create unique patterns on the coin's surface, making each error coin one of a kind. Some collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these fascinating anomalies, especially if they're pronounced and well preserved. But we're not stopping there, because one specific feature makes some 1993 nickels truly legendary. It's called the full steps designation, and it's a detail so rare that only a fraction of 1993 nickels qualify. On the reverse side of the coin, the steps leading up to Monticello must be perfectly struck and fully visible without any interruptions. Most nickels have weak strikes, causing the steps to appear blurred or incomplete. A full steps 1993 nickel is a masterpiece of precision, and collectors are willing to pay a fortune to own one. How much of a fortune, you ask? Some full steps 1993 nickels have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, depending on their grade and condition. Imagine turning a nickel worth 5 cents into a life-changing windfall, all because of those tiny, perfectly struck steps. It's these rare finds that keep collectors scouring through rolls of coins, searching for the next big discovery. Speaking of condition, let's talk about grading. The value of a 1993 nickel, or any coin, for that matter, is heavily influenced by its grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better preservation. A coin in mint state 65 or higher is considered exceptional and can command a premium price. Coins graded MS 67 or higher are even rarer and can sell for astronomical sums. Preserving your coins is crucial if you hope to maximize their value. Store them in protective holders or coin albums to prevent scratches and exposure to environmental damage. If you suspect you have a valuable nickel, consider submitting it for professional grading. Grading companies like PCGS or NGC will assess your coin's condition and certify its grade, giving potential buyers confidence in its authenticity and value. So, how do you find one of these rare and valuable 1993 nickels? It's easier than you might think. Start by checking your pocket change and coin jars. You'd be surprised at what you might find hiding in plain sight. For serious treasure hunters, consider purchasing rolls of nickels from banks and sorting through them. It's a time-consuming process, but the potential payoff is well worth the effort. Once you've identified a promising nickel, the next step is to sell it. Online platforms like eBay and heritage auctions are excellent places to connect with collectors and dealers. Local coin shops and coin shows are also great options, especially if you prefer face-to-face transactions. Just be cautious of scams and do your research to ensure you're getting a fair deal. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 1993 US nickel is a perfect example of how something so ordinary can be truly extraordinary. Whether it's a rare error, a full steps variety, or a high-grade specimen, these nickels have the potential to change lives. So, the next time you come across a 1993 nickel, take a closer look. It might just be the hidden treasure you've been searching for. The 1991 US nickel might seem like just another coin in your pocket, but what if I told you that it could be worth much more than its face value? That's right, hidden among the millions of nickels minted that year are rare varieties and error coins that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. Could one of these valuable coins be hiding in your loose change? Let's uncover the fascinating story behind the 1991 US nickel and what makes some of these coins so extraordinary. At first glance, the 1991 nickel appears to be just another Jefferson nickel, featuring the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his historic Monticello estate on the reverse. Minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, these coins are distinguished by their mint marks, or lack thereof. Coins from Philadelphia bear no mint mark, while those from Denver carry a small D beneath the date. With over 850 million nickels produced between the two mints that year, the 1991 nickel is far from rare in general circulation. But as we'll soon discover, certain factors can make specific 1991 nickels stand out. Errors and varieties are where the real value lies. Let's start with double die errors, a type of minting mistake where the design elements are struck twice at slightly different angles. These errors create a doubled appearance on the coin, often visible in the lettering or numbers. Imagine spotting a 1991 nickel where Liberty or the date appears doubled. That's the kind of detail that could turn your 5-cent piece into a treasure worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Off-center strikes are another fascinating error. These occur when a coin is struck outside its intended position, leaving part of the design missing from the edge. The more significant the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes. Off-center 1991 nickels are highly sought after by collectors who prize these unusual and visually striking errors. Die, cracks and cuts, caused by damage to the dies used in the minting process, also add unique character to 1991 nickels. These imperfections create raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin's surface, making each error coin one of a kind. For collectors, these anomalies are not just mistakes, they're pieces of history that tell the story of how coins are made. But the rarest and most valuable 1991 nickels are those with the elusive full steps designation. On the reverse side, the steps leading up to Monticello must be perfectly struck and fully visible to earn this label. Weak strikes and wear typically obscure these details, making full steps nickels a rarity. Coins with this feature, especially in high grades, can command significant premiums at auction. In fact, some full steps nickels from other years have sold for thousands of dollars. Could a 1991 nickel with this feature fetch a similar price? Condition is another critical factor in determining a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better preservation. A 1991 nickel in mint state 65 or higher, especially with the full steps designation, is considered a collector's dream. Proper storage and handling are essential for preserving your coins and maintaining their value. If you suspect you have a valuable nickel, submitting it for professional grading can provide a definitive assessment of its condition and authenticity. So, how do you find one of these rare 1991 nickels? The answer might be closer than you think. Start by examining your pocket change or sorting through coin rolls from your local bank. Pay attention to the details. Error coins and full steps varieties can often be spotted with a magnifying glass and a bit of patience. For serious collectors, coin shows and online auctions are excellent places to search for rare finds. Once you've identified a potentially valuable nickel, the next step is to determine its worth and find the right market for selling it. Online platforms like eBay and heritage auctions are popular venues for reaching collectors worldwide. Local coin shops and dealers can also provide insights and appraisals, but be sure to do your research to avoid undervaluing your find. The story of the 1991 US nickel is a reminder that even the most ordinary objects can hold extraordinary value. Whether it's a rare minting error, a pristine, full steps specimen, or a high-grade example, these coins have the potential to surprise and delight collectors, and to make a significant impact on your wallet. So, the next time you come across a 1991 nickel, don't dismiss it as just another piece of spare change. Take a closer look, you never know what treasures you might uncover.